Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the DLC Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Curse of the Crimson Throne, a Pathfinder 1st Edition adventure, repurposed, revamped, and revitalized for our lovely and amazing audience. And, of course, for my lovely and amazing players who are here as my Patreons who support the channel, help me keep the lights on, and allow me to do all these cool, wacky, fun, and amazing things day in and day out. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello, folks at home.
It's so good to see your smiling faces. I cannot wait to see them turn into fear and desperation. Now, before we kick off, let's, of course, take a moment to, first of all, appreciate that we have a full table. Yes! Wow, I'm so excited. This could not have come at a better time. Seriously, could not come. I cannot stress. Could not have come at a better time. So our group is going to be really full-fledged for this next battle that is coming up, and I'm very excited for it. But before we kick off, let's, of course, take a moment to thank the sponsors that help bring us these shows and these awesome things that we do, starting with none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful art you can see on screen, and the tokens that are made for the characters not on camera are also made in Hero Forge. It's an amazing 3D model making software that allows you to create bespoke characters for your use at TTRPGs at home and have them 3D printed like thus. Or alternatively, you can use them like tokens for online games like me. Either way, it is an incredible way for you to fashion your characters in the whatever way you imagine and bring them to life for you to use. So highly recommend going and checking out Hero Forge. Then, of course, helping my players immerse themselves into this world of fantasy using, of course, a grand soundscape filled with an intricate array of beautiful and seemingly musical accompaniments is none other than Sirenscape. Sirenscape is one of the most robust soundboard bits that you can use for TTRPGs because every epic game deserves to sound epic as well. So go and check out Sirenscape.com where you can go and check out all those cool things. And last but not least, we have our VTT of choice, Fantasy Grounds, because, honestly, it is one of the best tools for doing a lot of the heavy lifting for you as a game master, so you can focus less on rules keeping and rules lawyering and number crunching and focus more on the thing that we love most, which is, of course, our storytelling and our role play. So thank you, of course, to all these places and all these people. Now, before we kick off, we have, of course, our next person to thank, and that is our players, because where would we be without our players? Probably just be me doing a DAG reads, but nonetheless, it is amazing to have this incredible group of talented role players sharing the story and sharing the stage with me to tell you about themselves and the characters that they're playing. I'm going to throw the ball over to them so they can tell you all about what they're doing and who they are. So let's start with none other than our dear, wonderful, and amazing friend, Molly.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Mally, and I play Holly, the fairy noble, who used to be a wonderful, cute, adorable little rogue. And in a terrible fit of desperation trying to save orphans from the Bloodveil Plague, she ended up selling her soul to Asmodeus to become a cleric so she could save the orphans. So now, she's evil, sort of, a little bit, just a little bit. And then in the process of her deciding to leave her home and family, because a female noble's job is to get married, that's what they do, her fiance took it upon himself to get a little offended and then slaughtered her entire family. So she's also a little upset about that. And as opposed to being a reluctant cleric of Asmodeus, when she found out that happened, she's kind of rededicated herself, and she's eventually going to go back and kick his ass.
Nice. Very solid effort. Let's go watch you kick his ass at some point. But next, of course, we have playing the role of Unok is our dear friend Marcus the Storyteller.
Yep. Hello. I'm Marcus. I'm playing Unok, the plate armor-wearing, dragon-slaying orc barbarian from Belkson, part of the Burning Sun tribe. He alongside many of his tribe-mates are dragon hunters. He encountered the party when they were searching through Scarwall, watched one of the former party members get obliterated by a dragon, so he finally decided to step in. Since then, he has come to admire and yet still be very cautious of several of the party members due to their animal changing hijinks. But overall, trusts these people that he now considers friends, including Ray, even though they just met not too long ago. Ray is a friend now.
Love that. All right. Then next we have, playing the role of Agnes, our psychic companion, is none other than our dear friend Laura Bones.
Evening. Yes, indeed. I play Agnes. She is psychic. She's pissed off.
She is. She's so mad. Why is she mad?
She stole my daughter, damn it.
I stole your daughter.
My damn daughter back.
How dare you have NPCs that are not dead in a tragic backstory.
And they may have killed my new love.
May have killed your new love indeed. Yes, that's right. We shot
and they
him.
wrecked my house.
We did wreck you. Do we know? I mean, yeah, we kind of upturned your house. I wouldn't say wrecked your
I'm
house.
keeping a record, Dag,
like
of the
making a list,
insults
checking it twice.
and injuries.
Gotta
Yes.
find out who's naughty and nice. Mhm. See, it's really
Okay.
terrifying. That like Christmas song is actually super terrifying if you really like slow it down and like really think about it for a second. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're
Not
awake.
creepy at all.
Not creepy at all. Anyway, joining our guys, we have none other than the incredible Dante, a druid kitsune played by our dear friend Raikon.
Hello, everyone. I am Raikon, playing Dante the Kitsune Druid from the local forest of Corvosa. Originally on a journey to find how the drug trafficking of Pesh was going. Found some leads. Haven't been able to do anything about it yet, because all this adventuring has been going on and effectively becoming a hero to save world.
That's, yeah, pretty much it. Take on the role, save the world. Find the cheerleader, save the world. All right, fantastic. Speaking of heroes who are trying to save the world, we have none other than the Tanuki Milani worshipper, Ray, played by the wonderful, incredible Cookie Mon Steve.
Oh, sure. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
how I got
I'm
here.
Steve. Okay, I managed to break Cass even though she's muted. That was the goal for the night.
Whoa, hold on. No, that's not fair. Breaking Cass is super easy. Cass, keep a straight face. You ready? Just straight face right now. There you go. Ready? Watch this. Ready? Cass, look. Cass, ready? Okay, here we go. Yeah, you ready?
It's already failing
And-
horribly.
What? See? Super easy. You love you, Cass.
You're right. She's crying. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm playing Ray, as Dag said. I'm a champion of Milani, fighting for freedom and
Justice in the American
on the
way.
side of the rebels.
Okay. Yep.
No, the where the heck are we?
Corvosa. That's right. Where
Corvosa
the
way.
heck are we? Do you
The
know?
Corvosan way.
You know what was really interesting is I found it interesting that they actually did reword that, because that was what Superman originally stood for. It was like truth, justice, peace, justice, and the American way. And then they just dumped it, around the same time that Superman got all his other powers, like the ability not just to leap over tall buildings in a single bound and outrun a locomotive, but to break the light barrier and frickin' fly and shoot lasers and stuff. Hate Superman. Hate him. He feels like a kid at in a park, the one who's like, oh man, so I've got this really cool car and these batarangs. Yeah, well I can leap tall buildings in a single bound. Or I can run really fast, Oh, I can run faster than a locomotive. Yeah, that's what I can do. Well, I'm a cyborg. Oh, did I mention I could fly? No, you said you leapt over tall buildings. No, I can fly now. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, cool. Well, I've got heat vision. Oh, I've got heat vision. Yeah, no, I've got that too. And cold breath, and I can bench press the planet, and, yeah. Feels.
Something to also think about. Superman is technically just punching his way through the air.
Yeah, that's it. It's like
He's not really flying.
yeah. Honestly, like it's ridiculous at some point. The most. And sorry, I'm on a tangent now. The most like stupid thing I ever remembered is the one time I was actually tricked by Superman. I was watching the Brandon Routh Superman movie, the one that Superman Returns, right? And Lois Lane was on a plane that was crashing, and Superman was flying towards it to try and catch it, and the wing broke off. And I had a moment where I was like, oh! And then Superman literally flew through the metal wing that was flying at him, and I'm like, oh yeah. It's always everyone else who's in danger. I remember
And
now.
don't forget there was also the time he reversed time by making the Earth go in reverse.
Yeah, that's true. And when he threw his S at General Zod, and it just kind of annoyed him a little. Remember, he pulled out his little S on his shirt. It turned into a bit of cellophane, which he threw onto General Zod, and General Zod was like, ah! And then stood back up. I don't know what it did till this day, but he didn't like it, so,
Made him go, ah.
Yeah.
I think
Kind
Superman's
of like the nicest say meek.
Yep, that's true. It's very good. Anyway, let's of course take it now to the most important member of our group. I feel like somebody who has ingratiated themselves time and time again, despite the various catastrophes that have been put upon this poor tiny bird. Now I want to point out it's not even like an animated bird. Like it's not a bird person, right? Just this random like random bird just one day being birding around and stuff like that, suddenly got forced into self-awareness, right, by magic. And then, out of all the things, became a delivery person, right, to try and just get by in this world where they realized in order to just sustain themselves on a daily basis, they had to provide themselves with food and shelter and all this stuff, but they had to purchase it, using this economic exchange that just didn't exist in the wild. Having to learn this and take on a job as a delivery person, traveling into dangerous and horrible places, only to have, some bitch steal your fucking horse, right? The thing that you were using to get around because your wings don't work the way they used to when you're like a bipedal creature, right? You're heavier and things, and you get way more tired, But now you have no horse, and the only way to get your horse back, your beloved companion that you saved up everything in your first paycheck to get, is to join this sociopath's group of comrades in their death-defying battle against creatures like a giant black dragon, which you're heading towards right now. This
What about sociopaths?
Yeah, that's fair. This amazing character.
Psychopaths?
No, definitely sociopath. This amazing character is played by none other than our dear and wonderful friend Cass, who plays the role of Alizaro. Hi, Cass.
Oh, well, Dag actually just did her whole backstory. She's here. She's gonna try her best to do all the things to reunite with her beloved super fast horse. And she's just hoping she doesn't die and figures out what in this magical book she found in a library. And that's and y'all, I hate the fact that y'all broke me before we even properly got started.
Cass, what was the horse called?
Oh my god, I've had so many names for him, but I ended up on Wind Chaser because every other name I forgot how to pronounce it by the time I got. Okay.
Fair. That is an easy name to remember. All right. Well, this rounds out our lovely group of individuals, but before we kick off, we have, of course, our lovely and incredible audience to thank for coming and tuning in on today's episode. It is always a pleasure to have you guys here. It is truly special each and every session to have so many people, so many familiar faces returning time and time again to support our channel and this really fun thing that we do. So, As such, we invite you behind the GM screen to have a bit of fun with us as we are playing. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used to help out my party with a number of rewards that you can find just underneath your chat box. These are things like insight bonuses, inspiration, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, and much, much more. So go check those out. Those are a lot of fun. Then, of course, we have our monetary donations that occur as we are playing. First of all, for $5, you can donate a red mark to a player or a purple mark to me. The red marks are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counter hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from either a deck of heroic actions, which are, of course, special free powers that a player can use at a random point during the game, or used as a hero point for that player that exceeds the limit of 3 hero points per player. Alternatively, you can use that $10 to donate for a random draw from our deck of plot twists and flashbacks. I believe we had Schooly Eye donate for a random plot twist, so let's bust this one out, as our plot twist for the day from our dear friend Schooly Eye is... Let's go with... randomly from the middle. No, we've done that one. No, actually. No, we haven't done that one. We have done that one. Another one from the middle. Ka-cha! We have hindsight. So hindsight is the one that we've got. Hindsight. In hindsight, Alizara should have let the horse go and bought a new one. In hindsight...
I'm gonna buy a horse.
In hindsight, Ray should have been vacationing in Riddleport. In hindsight, Dante should have convinced his friend to move to the country. In hindsight, Agnes
would have just gone shopping just an hour later. Just an hour later.
No, I was gonna say you. I was gonna say you should have.
Fine.
You should have told your husband to not check what that sound was.
Well, that too. Yeah.
In hindsight, Unok probably should have leapt into battle, and that way he could have had, he could have saved that other character, whatever his name was.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. And in hindsight, Holly should have married that guy, that dude.
The murderous dude that killed my entire family, you thought he would have made a good husband for me?
Great
No.
husband. Fantastic husband.
I mean,
Yeah.
he wasn't the murderous dude until you left him there.
It's very
If
true.
you
So
married him,
this
your
is all
family
your
would
fault.
still be alive.
It's like what came first, the psychopath or the king? I mean, he could have been a great husband. Could have been very, it's like he might have been like, super loving, super kind, and super supportive. Yeah, you don't know.
Sure, he
No,
looks
how
like a
villains are
Twisted
made, you
Spriggan,
see.
but
That's
I
true.
feel like the red flags were there. No.
I mean, I feel like this is his villain arc, and as someone who worships the devil, I mean, I feel like pot calling the kettle black at some point or another.
yeah, you literally left him at the altar just to go adventuring with humans and
To run off and worship the
Satan.
devil.
I did, but I haven't like bloodthirstily slaughtered an entire family.
You have unleashed the 7 deadly sins in the form of devils in the town, though.
But I haven't cold-bloodedly killed anybody.
You've also ripped out many people's souls.
Yeah, that's true. You have torn apart people's souls, like a
They were
number
bad
of people.
though. They were very bad people. Bad.
Let's put a pin in the very bad sex situation. Just say, people with unfortunate circumstances.
That's debatable.
Look, I'm just saying, we've all got things that in hindsight, we wish we were. No, that's not gonna count, but still, I'll figure it out. Anyway, so that was that. Donations. Yes, where we at? That was the $10 donation. $20 donations. We have our golden natural 20s for our nat 20. We have a $50 donation, which is either a magic item to a player of your choosing. This can be a homebrew item you design or you would like me to design, or something from their wish list. You can also donate $50 to increase the difficulty of our group's encounter, which at the moment is a dragon. If you choose to do this, it is because for some reason or other my players have slighted against you. because this is already going to be a tough fight. So if you wish to make it harder, that is how you do it. And lastly, the $50 harrowing buff, which will give our entire group a buff to a particular statistic, giving them a D6 roll on it and a free reroll on a check skill, power, or ability using that statistic. And a critical success on anything that matches the harrowing that they receive. So whatever their fortune happens to be, if the group can swing the story that way, then they will get that as a critical success. Then of course we have our $100 secret menu item, which is going to be quite simple here. Now, as we know, the Grey Maidens are the royal guard, the loyal servants of the Queen. The secret menu item for today is going to be a little bit of a tragic one, which is, for the secret menu item today, Sabina Marin has a very complex history. We're not going to go too deeply into it outside of the game, but the $100 secret menu item will be this. You will get the deciding choice as to whether or not Agnes's daughter held off and managed to keep herself together, become imprisoned, and subsequently went through torture and all this other stuff that one goes through. I'm not going to say what, but, in general. Or you can decide that she joined the Grey Maidens in earnest, becoming a potential encounter for later on. Now, I will not ask you to write it in chat, but if you do donate for that reward, send me a message, and that will be our secret menu item. Someone will make that decision. Because right now, it's kind of an up in the air thing. I think both have good storytelling elements to it. And so I want my players to, I want my audience to potentially decide that one. Okay. But again, I cannot stress enough, imperatively do not type whatever you do in chat. Whatever you would like, do not type it in chat. All right. Who here is ready for today?
Let's go.
Let's do the thing.
Fuck yeah. All right. So without any further
I'm sure
ado.
you only torture me like this because there's like several oceans between us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, absolutely. And because secondhand can deal with you while I sit here and do not suffer the hoisting of my own petard. Ha ha ha.
He's not even here today.
Is he not? Where's he?
I'll have to cuddle my teddy bear.
Oh, well, if it's any consolation, I'd give you cuddles if I was
There's
around.
one thing that you forgot, Dag.
What?
The Crit Award nominations.
Oh, yes, that's right. I always forget that plug. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please do not forget as well, the Crit Awards are now taking nominations. And if you are so inclined, please make sure that you take the time and the energy to go and nominate some of your favorite TTRPG content creators. It's a great award ceremony to help recognize and acknowledge people whose contributions to the TTRPG industry are so far stretched and far beyond. If you feel like donating to help Dag get another award, then hey, feel like throw that in there. Throw that in as like a Dag should win this award. And we are also pitching out for the community member award to go to our dear friend Calendria. Calendria has done a lot for the Dead Aussie Gamer channel and has been a great and avid member of our community. So we just would love something like of a recognition to her for people who would like that. So yay, there we go. Now, without any further ado, I don't like this music. It's fine, but I don't think I like it. Let's go with... How's this one? Oh yeah, okay, I can dig this. So, without any further ado...
I moved icons.
As our heroes make their way towards Castle Volshnik, as the roar of the dragon still echoes through the night, armed and equipped with various materials to help them take on their greatest challenge, our heroes now must face off with the Black Dragon that has allied itself with Queen Iliosa, being ridden upon by none other than the Grey Maiden commander Sabina Merrin, who had taken from her home Agnes's daughter. For what purpose, we do not quite know. Agnes, with a fierce drive and all her motherly instincts, for giving her strength and emboldening her in ways that she had not before. Thankfully, in the company of the dragon slayer Unok and her other allies, will our heroes be able to thwart the dragon and manage to find where Sabina is keeping Agnes's daughter? Or will they arrive all but too late? Will the queen be overthrown and the kingdom saved? Or will the evil that is Kazavron reign supreme over this region of Varesia? We now turn to our players as they approach the castle. Okay. Now, as mentioned, it is very clear as to see where the dragon is perched just before the castle gates. How would you like to approach this battle?
Dante was the one with the plan.
Wait, I
There
thought
was a
you were
lot
the
of plans.
dragon fighter.
Yeah, what's our dragon fighter
I
have
mean-
to say about this one?
I mean, I'm perfectly willing to walk headfirst into the line of fire.
Right,
I'm
well,
you are.
that's definitely a plan. Um, we should definitely at least
Question,
take out
how-
potions.
Yes. How high off is the dragon on the ground, or is he?
The dragon is
Perched up in the air.
perched. The dragon is perched on a 15-foot tall sculpture of a kind of like a large warrior. Its head kind of melted by the acid drooling from its jaws. It clings to its back and the hind quarters of the horse that this warrior is on, in the center of a courtyard area just before you get to the castle gates.
Okay. And sorry, just can you refresh my memory on how heavy those urns were?
They're one bulk. So they're pretty big though. They're like so big.
I would probably think like a gallon of milk sized.
Okay.
That's how I was picturing them.
So I agree with Alice. With Alice. Agnes.
Alice, here comes Alice.
Exactly. That
She's
was
not
that
in.
literally
Well,
that was going through my head.
Not
I guess
in
Agnes
this
is
game.
going down the rabbit hole now.
Yeah. But we have those potions. I frankly don't want acid burns any more than I need.
Good call.
So I also I'm I think the best way is if we can try and hold him down. So should we try one of our tangle bombs, whatever you call them?
Can you throw them 15 feet? Can you throw them high enough, though?
Agnes giggles. In theory, I can throw it as far as you want.
She says on the other side of the building up
Yeah.
there.
Well, I'm assuming we're
she's
not
the-
actually right here in front of the dragon right now. We're just
She's
like, this is where
I'm gonna
Dad's put us.
stay all the way over here.
When we get closer, Agnes is going to be on the side of the building, but we're on the approach at the moment. So.
Oh,
Well, the smart thing would be for one of us to distract the dragon and the rest of you beat the living shit out of the bitch on his back.
Well, you have a lot of experience with dragons. Maybe you could distract the dragon.
So after
Yeah,
Holly says that,
I thought that was obvious.
Yeah.
Holly,
well, Rove's gonna like kind of side saddle up to like walk not side saddle, but
Wow.
like walk beside Unok. It's
Look,
a
look,
southern turn of
I get it.
phrase.
I get it. You know, things are tense. There's a lot of
Like,
danger. You don't know if
no!
tomorrow's gonna come. You
No,
sometimes you
like,
just need to side saddle your teammates, and I get it.
No.
It's fine.
Okay, for y'all who are not acting the fool, side saddle in U.S. Appalachian English is to walk alongside somebody. Rose gonna get to where she's like shoulder to shoulder with Unok, and she's gonna be like, if I get big enough, could you jump off my back and hit it from the air, maybe? Or do you think it would just fly up and it would be an air fight?
It would be very much able to tell that there's someone in the
Yep.
air.
yeah.
Yeah.
I could make a wall of blades around both of them.
Dag's
Unok
his
jumps
hand up.
through the wall of blades.
Guys, Dag's trying to say something.
Cass, I want to apologize in advance, but the way that you made it sound like Dante is going to be riding you side saddle. That is all. Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very proud of myself.
Look, I'm not gonna
I'm
lie. I
proud
think the
of
more
straight Dag.
convoluted we make, I think the more convoluted we make this plan, the worse it's gonna fall out for us. Let's just go with the simple.
Yeah.
I distract the dragon. You beat the shit out of the out of the Grey Maiden. Sound good?
Okay.
Can you get up there though, Unok? Because Ro would
I
not
don't need to
know
get
if
up
Unok
there.
can-
Do you forget I have a spear that returns to me?
Are you gonna
I
use
don't
the
need to
spear
get
to
up
get to
there.
the dragon?
I'll reiterate that it's only 15 foot off the ground.
That too.
Uh,
It's not that far up.
Now, if I may be so bold, remembering, of course, when it comes to skill checks and stuff like that, especially with planning, if I don't ask for strength checks to be accompanied by push-ups, I don't ask for people to plan if they have intelligent characters who can come up with ideas. Unok, you have a good idea here. To expand upon the idea, what you are doing is you are not distracting the dragon, you are holding its attention. To hold its attention, you have a number of different ways. Intimidation, your spear, and a bunch of other stuff. During which, the next plan is to ensure that its flight capabilities are reduced. For that, Agnes has 2 pots of the webbing that is quite sticky and will aim for the wings of the creature. By doing so, making them too heavy to lift the giant creature, it will remain on the ground.
Add
Ray,
to that, because I've got floating disc, so I can carry 5 jars on my little floating disc and it'll follow 5 foot behind us, so I can like move with the jars. And then I have to be 30. I actually can't throw it as far as I want. I have to be 30 foot. But if someone's holding the dragon's attention, then I can come
Yeah.
over and eat some jars at it.
Yeah, fantastic. Alizaro, in the event that the dragon does take to the air, turning into your large bird form and taking Dante up into the air so that there is ranged spell casting from a height is always going to be good. In the event that the dragon is disabled, however, it'll fall to you, Dante, and Ray in order to focus fire on the knight trying to take down Sabina before that happens. Holly, in the meantime, your goal is to offer support in the best way you can, whether it's through buffing, through damage, or through healing. Just playing the role that you are, which is, of course, a flex support combat character, while Unok tries desperately not to die. Sound good?
We have the potion of flight as well, remember? If Ray takes
Yes,
that.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to take that now, because again, the plan is to disable its wings. If you disable its wings and you've taken the fly potion, it's not going to help you one lick. However, drinking the potions of acid resist, definitely a good idea. Oh my god.
Definitely.
Glug, 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 glug.
sorry, real quick. Happy birthday to baby Tigger. That is so cool. Oh my god, I can't believe it's been a year already. Wow, so big. Yeah, sorry. Tony's been a fan of our channel for a very, very long time. We love Tony very, very much, and Tony's family is like growing. It's so precious. I love it. I'm all happy. I shouldn't be this happy. I should be ready to like wipe my players out, but I'm just like, okay. Anyway, good. Plan good? Everything good? All right. The approach. Oh, sorry. Al, Cass, you had something?
I have a player question. So,
Yeah.
I know the party got the potions of acid resist, but how do I add that to my sheet so I
I
can
will add it to
actually
your
use
combat
it?
tracker as
Okay.
a resist.
Yeah, I added it under my own combat tab, so when I use it, I can just toggle it on.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
It wasn't there.
Yeah. Can you also add it for me as well?
When you guys drink
and
it.
me.
Yep.
I drank mine.
Oh, you're
Or I'm
drinking yours
drinking
now?
it now.
Because
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we'd be doing it before we got to where we're at.
All right. Is
currently.
anyone not
Okay.
drinking their acid resist?
Unok drank his.
Agnes drank
Also,
hers.
I am still clumsy one somehow.
I don't know where that came from. I'm sure it is something, but you know.
Unless it
Okay.
was something like Agnes trying to do something to someone and accidentally threw it on me.
Maybe. Who knows?
It's
Alright,
15
I'm just.
acid resist.
Is it 15? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
for the
because
greater.
it was greater.
okay. Let me just do that. Okay, I just need to go through and just change that to 15 for the people that I did do that with. So 15 to you, 15 to you. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna have Ronald just hide out the way and behind one of these buildings, just not involved in the combat for now until
Until he's needed. Sure, not a problem.
yeah,
All right.
just secret weapon. But
Okay, done
not
and
taking full
done.
damage.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Sorry, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I still have the clumsy.
All right, there you go.
Woo! Unok's not falling over his own feet now.
All good?
Yeah.
Still might.
Good. So. Oh, that's not it. Come on. You can
Let's
do
get
better.
our asses kicked.
Oh, here we go. This is the one.
Yeah.
All right. Our heroes make their way towards the castle. The wind changes direction. The smell of ashes that lingers. The dragon looks down its nose, sneering, as Unok walks by his allies, heading towards the dragon. A snarl rises in its throat. The challenge is thrown. Agnes, you veer to the left, separating from the group. The dragon's eyes watch you, but it refocuses back on Unok. You hear the clattering of bones as Unok rattles some of his decorations and trophies. The dragon's sensitive senses pick up exactly what they are. The bones of the other dragons Unok has faced, from the Dracolisk to... have you fought other dragons?
I mean, in backstory, yes.
Sure, there's a handful of dragons. Mostly
Yeah.
wyverns and stuff like that, but the rattling of those bones draw the attention right back to Unok.
As Unok's approaching, could I do something, not necessarily as an intimidation thing, but like a sort of like pre-battle ritual thing?
Sure, not a problem.
As
long as you don't do the
Unok's-
haka, we're good.
May I ask
Fine.
a question before you get started on this one, Marcus? Sorry. May I, are we approaching or are we still able to move? Because I would prefer, like what I would probably do is try to flank, kind of spread out a little bit so that
you would be approaching through through that area here. So Unok is in the lead from what I understood by how you were traveling. So anywhere behind Unok is fine.
Okay, okay, that's fine. I was aiming to spread a little bit so that I want them to have to look more in one direction.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like I said, the game plan is for him to focus on Unok, so you'll have plenty of chances to do other stuff as well. But yeah, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Unok, did you you wanted to do your ritual?
Yeah. So I don't know what you meant with that comment you
The
said.
haka, as long as it's not the haka.
Yeah.
The haka is a warrior dance ritualistically used by the Maori tribes of New Zealand. It is a very special, very sacred, very time-honored tradition that is very important to their culture and the like. It's one of those things where if other people do it, it's like no bueno.
No. What Unok's just gonna do is, as he's approaching, he's just gonna slam like the butt of his spear down, and just let out like very, very orcish grunts.
All right.
Like the best way I can think of it is like the scene from Black Panther where they're all like getting ready for the war, but he's just letting out orc grunts.
Yeah. War cries.
Yeah.
Very well. As you do so.
Yeah, I think you should roleplay those grunts.
No, absolutely not. I would sound like a pig.
As you do so, the dragon responds in kind, letting loose a terrifying roar, which, just gets you all. I need everyone to make me a will save, please. As it opens its jaws and the dragon roars, the tiles and the shingles of the roof begin to shake and tremble.
Damn.
Do I need to re-roll that?
You can if you would like. Let's find out. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Had to double check to see if I had anything for will saves.
Right now, Agnes is the only one who has passed.
I'm definitely wanting to re-roll that.
I would like to
And
re-roll.
all my saves are critical saves.
Oh, and Ray has passed as well. So Agnes and Ray, you have both passed. Now going through it just real quick. Unok, are you going to use a hero point?
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay, you may go for the reroll. Holly, are you going to use a reroll?
There we go.
Yes, I am.
All right, you may reroll as well. And Unok, you've now passed. Agnes is fine. Dante, are you going for a reroll?
Yes.
All right, not a problem. And Ray, are you going? Oh, sorry. Did Ray pass? No.
You said I passed.
Oh, yes. Alizara, sorry, then. Did you want to use a hero point?
Yes, please.
All right, very well. You may also re-roll.
So, by the way, with my divine will, that success is a critical success, if it makes a difference.
Yeah, same for me as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
same for me.
Very well. Both of you have critically succeeded. That's perfectly fine. I don't think that does anything special. Because it's
I
only...
I also have resolve.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, no. Actually, you do have to... Okay, so hold on. Let's go through this real quick. So, Holly, you have still failed, correct?
Yeah,
is
they rolled a
correct.
26.
All right, Holly, you are frightened too by the dragon. Unok, you have succeeded. You do not have resolve, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know what that is, so no.
Good. All right. Well, not good, but yeah. You have frightened 1. Agnes, do you have resolve?
I I have a thing called Walls of Will. It's a class feature, but it's the same thing.
Okay, so you are fine. You have critically succeeded. Dante, you have resolve.
Yes.
You have critically succeeded. Ray, you have resolve. So you have critically succeeded. Is that correct?
I have divine will, but I have divine will. But...
Same thing, yeah. Okay. Alizaro, you don't have that. All right, so you gain
I
fright.
have nothing.
That's okay. So you have frightened one as well. Okay, so as the dragon roars, you feel that chill running down your body. You feel that impending sense of doom. This, like, you fought dragon-esque creatures before, but this is the first time you are squared off against a full-blooded, 100% bona fide dragon. Now, we also have the secret menu item unlocked by OG Lava Kitten, who I will send a message to in just a moment.
Oh no!
Why? Why?
Also because
Okay, OG.
Also because it is a tad amusing, I would like to use my thing. I'd have to find it.
What have I ever done to anybody?
I have a thing for when people get frightened.
Okay,
Invigorating fear.
which is?
It lets me gain temp HP equal to the creature's level or 3, whichever is higher. And it is once per hour, so I would be getting 14 temp HP.
Is equal to your level or the level of the creature?
The creature.
The creature's level is 16.
No, whoever got frightened. Or whoever is feared.
Oh,
frightened
the
or whatever.
person. Okay, right, your target, not what the source of the thing is. Okay, cool. I'm with you. All right. So
I
yes.
wish it was that way.
Also,
Well, I thought
Jack,
it was.
why am I frightened 2 and Rose only frightened 1?
Because Rose saved and you failed.
But I got a 33 on my first roll. The first roll's only counts, right?
Oh, right. No, yeah, but that's still. Oh, yeah. So that should. Yeah, that's a failure though. That's still a fail.
Oh, but Ro got a 26,
Their first one was a 31.
which is still lower than mine, which is a 33.
Oh, right. Oh, right. They should have. Yeah, no, you're right. Rose should have a thing. A frightened 2. You're right. No, you are correct.
Oh,
Give me-
sorry, Ro. I was hoping I would get better. My bad.
Okay, there we go. Frightened 2. Done. All right. So, rolling into initiative. Boom. There we go. Okay. First on our list is the dragon. The dragon begins by moving down onto the fountain that it happens to be on, and smashing the like sort of edges of this stone structure. As it does, this whole area begins to fill with this brackish liquid. I will be working on this in just a moment. And as its last action, there is now this horrible fetid stench that is coming from this awful smelling water that is now filling the area.
Why
right.
do I think that's not water?
The dragon made poop water.
He pooed himself.
Look what you did, Unak. You made it ink.
I scared the shit out of it.
Fair. All right. That is what it does, which then takes us to Agnes.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to be waiting until it was distracted.
It is distracted.
I was expecting to go first. Okay, so Agnes will.
Can you ready in action and wait?
She'll slowly move around behind the trees. Not that she thinks it'll make a difference, but you know, hey ho. We'll trail in a little floating disc. I need to get 5, 10. That's 30 now. Is that 30 feet from the dude?
Mm-hmm.
Use duo. No, I need to get closer. Oh no. What is this inky stuff?
You don't know. It looks just like water, but it just smells and looks awful. Think of it like pickled jock juice is kind of the very delightful aroma that is now assailing your senses.
That's gross.
Mm.
Okay. I don't really want to stand in it, but I need to get closer to throw my thing. I don't think I've got anything that allows us to float or anything either. Okay, I'm just gonna. What are these black circles?
That's just water effect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. I'll then move around and so I can get to like maybe the clearer space. But it'll take 2 move actions to do that. So I'll just kind of, I guess, go to there.
All right. The dragon is still completely focused upon Unok. So it has not... Well, I mean, it's noticed you because it's a dragon. It's got, like, draconic senses. But it is not paying you any mind. However, Sabina is watching you with very, very calm pause. Seeing you and not trusting you, she readies an action.
I get the squinty eyes.
You get the squinty eye. Well, I mean, you get the visor slit. But yeah,
no, she gets the squinty eyes.
Yeah, she's gonna ready an action as we then go to Holly.
Okay, Holly is first going to try to get out of the cone of death and destruction. So she's gonna fly on over to this rooftop. So she's got a view, but that's out of the dragon cone, right?
You don't know how big the dragon cone is, where it reaches, or even if it does do a cone, you know it sprays acid.
Awesome.
Could be a 120-foot line for all you know. Could be anywhere.
That's great. Well,
I
this
mean,
is her best guess.
A line would be better than a cone.
A line would be way better than a cone. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's gonna
I'm
take
just saying.
Yeah, she's gonna take her best guess and go there.
Mhm.
And she's cast Awaken Entropy on the area underneath the dragon and Sabina.
Okay, Awaken Entropy. What does that do?
Yeah. All things age, all things die, and at the end of days, even the universe will grow quiet and still. You awaken the cosmic principle of entropy, accelerating time in an area. Flesh falters, plants shrivel, and even stone begins to crumble. Any creature that enters or begins its turn in the area must succeed a basic fortitude save or take 8d6 negative damage or 8d6 force damage if the creature normally doesn't take negative damage.
Nice. Love that. Okay, what's the range?
120 feet for cast, and it's a 10-foot circle or let's see. The radius of the burst is 10 feet.
All right, so that'll be centered there. Now, keeping in mind, it is 15 foot up, so I presume you're going to be centering it on where they are presently.
Yes.
Okay, not a problem. Done and done as you have moved up and cast your spell. This has drawn your attention.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll see what happens with the rest of the team as this area just starts to wither and decay. But here's the terrifying bit. Nothing seems to happen visually in the area. The swampy, petrified water and the like has already made this area look decayed and ruinous. So it's almost as if there's a similar effect that the dragon is capable of that it is using in that space. Not to the same degree, but...
By the way, Tony, donated 2 hero points for Holly, 2 for me, and a nat 20 for you, Dag.
Hey! Oh, thank you so much. Sorry, I was also between getting the donation sorted for the secret menu items, so thank you for catching me up on that. Tony, you bloody beautiful legend, you. So who was the hero points for? That was for...
2 for Holly and 2 for Unok.
All right, we got 2 hero points for Holly and 2 hero points for Unok. Look at that. Freaking beautiful.
And a nat 20 for Dag.
And a nat 20 for Daggerino.
Yay! An ATF tipped 10, but didn't say what it was for.
Okay, and yes, what did All Things Fantasy donate the $10 for?
I don't
We will
think
find
they
out.
said.
But yes, all right. Okay, well, there's that and that and that. I just need to check my messages real quick.
Can I ask a quick question, Holly? Is that anything that enters that range, or only enemies?
That is anything that enters that range, so I would recommend not cuddling the dragon right now. It will.
How long does it last?
It will disappear on my next turn unless I choose to sustain it. So, yeah. If you want to say something to me, I won't sustain it.
Well, I am a melee fighter, so... Anyways.
Yeah, that's why I chose that spell instead of something that was like a stick and stay.
Okay. So, All Things Fantasy has donated for a random plot twist. Real quick, let's resolve this as we go with... Ooh, what an ominous one we have here. A witness to history. A witness to history. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. I know exactly what I'm going to do with that one. And I actually can play that with hindsight, too. Oh, All Things coming up, Dag. Okay. All right.
Tag, just one quick question.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you did see the hero buff earlier.
Oh, right. Thank you. Yes, I did. My apologies. Before we continue more, because I wanted to get you guys through the setup before I did the Harrow thing, but then, ADHD did the thing.
That was kind of what I figured, but it's...
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's like we're in battle, Dag. Like, we need to, yeah. All right. Thank you, of course, to Cookie Monster for our boost of the harrowing. Let's do a very quick harrow for our lovely audience. And basically what we have here is we have a spread of cards and a player, which I'm now going to be nominating the person who donated it to nominate the player who gets to draw from it, which makes sense. To draw the card to determine what the group buff is going to be for the day. So, Cookie, if you'd be so kind, and you can include yourself in this, it is permitted, who would you like to draw from the deck of Harrow, or from the spread?
I would like Alazaro to pick for us, please.
All right. Cass,
Hey.
take your pick of whichever card you would like, and that'll be our boost for the donation.
Alrighty, will I be able to click and flip it myself, or do I tell you which?
Click it and flip it. Yeah, you can do that.
Alrighty, let's go.
The Inquisitor.
Oh no, that looks ominous.
All right, the Inquisitor is an intelligence
Dead
one.
center.
These are always intelligence. I mean, I find that they're all different cards, mind you. They've all been different ones, but they have all been intelligence. But yes, so that means we will have a reroll on any intelligence skill, check, or ability. We will have 1d6 additive on any intelligence-based skill or ability, and you guys will get a critical success if you can figure a way to incorporate the card into the story, which for this card is: the Inquisitor represents immutable reality that cannot be fooled or swayed in any way. To attempt to go against this unchangeable object, person, or idea is to court disaster. So that is the truth, and to deny it is, of course, to invite catastrophe. So if you guys can figure out a way to add that to your advantage, then that is what we do, and that is what you'll get a critical success for. And anyone can use this at any time during the game today. Okay. So, without any further ado, let's continue. Who is after Holly? Holly is then Dante.
All right. Well, don't want to be over here in particular, at least. Let's see. No matter which direction I go, it's gonna be horrible for Holly, for the most part. We're just gonna move there.
All right.
And then we are going to, you know, difficult choice between these two spells. Yeah, we'll go with this one. He will cast Chain Lightning to hit both of them.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. As lightning crackles, you fire it out, but before you land the damage, you need a spell resist check. I believe.
That's popped up.
Actually, hold on. Let me check. Maybe not.
What does that? I don't think that exists in second edition.
That's what I was just thinking. I thought I saw it, but I might be wrong. Let me have a quick look. Do you have spell resistance? No, never mind. Oh, wait, what's that? No. Ah, okay. No, yep, okay, carry on. You're good. All right. The lightning bolt explodes, dealing 20 points of damage.
For Sabina.
Sabina also saves against this attack. As the lightning crackles and bursts outwards, it strikes her for no damage. She seems to channel the energy into her armor, which goes and flows into her sword. She then swashes the sword and causes the lightning to hit harmlessly off to the side.
Damn.
All right. Unok, you have lost the attention of the dragon.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Ray.
Okay, you just regain it.
Yeah, you gotta regain it. That's the whole thing. Ray, you're up next.
Oh, wow. I rolled last in the initiative? Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
I never go last.
Sorry, can you remind me what Frightened 2 does?
-2 on all your D20 rolls until you are no longer frightened.
For checks and DCs, yeah.
Okay.
At least not clumsy, because that would make your AC go down.
Okay, well, I am going to, because I was planning on going in after him, but not liking the looks of the stuff and whatever the heck it is that that Holly did. I'm not going anywhere near him right now, so I'm going to spread out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just a second, I just need to make sure. Yep. And I am going to cast a word of freedom. Actually, one quick question on you. I have a focus spell, Word of Freedom, which is free. A liberating word of power that frees a creature. I suppress one of the following conditions: confused, frightened, grabbed. It doesn't say whether it is like a level 1 or level 2. It just says suppresses it. So would it be?
That means it will remove the effect of it. So it suppresses it, meaning it'll still be active. It just won't give you any penalties.
Okay. So I am going to utter that. on and drop it on Alizaro.
All right, Alizaro, you feel no fear, as Ray has encouraged you to suppress the frightened condition. So I'm just going to set it to 0 for the time being. But after moving and after your morale boosting words, is there anything else further, Ray?
Not liking the looks of the way that thing has surrounded itself, I am going to drink the potion of flight, please.
Not a problem. You pull out your potion and thunk. You drink your potion of flight, ready for use in the next round. As we then go to Alizaro.
Can Ray ask Holly a question about her spell or no?
Holly, what did you do?
I'm going to say that's a little on the meta side.
Okay.
So, I mean, there hasn't been no precedent for Ray to have inquired about the arcanists and or the spellcasters in the past, to do so in order just to preserve them. You know, I feel as though there'll be an opportune moment to figure that out, and given that there is no immediate threat to it, well, you know, it's one of those things. When Ray sees the effect from the spell, it's much more natural to infer what happens from that, rather than to be like, my word, that spell you have cast. Pray, what doth it do? Well, allow me to give you a lecture on said spell in the middle of battle, so we may inform each other and thine enemies about what is about to transpire within the area of I have just. Yeah, it's a long.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, no. You have 6 seconds.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. All right, Alizaro, it is now your turn.
All right, so Alizaro is gonna move up beside Unok. I'm trying to avoid the water effect there. There we go. She's gonna turn to Unok and go, well, that's gone to shit really quick. How can I help you? You're supposed to be distracting it while we do everything else, and it's gone sideways.
To also reiterate, not a distraction, holding focus. Two very, very different things. But I'm the only reason I'm emphasizing that is a distraction is to draw attention away from something else. Holding attention is its attacks and its focus should be on him, so you guys can just stack onto it and attack it. You're not trying to do something else, is what I mean. Is you are trying to kill this thing, which means that while Unok is taking all the damage, you guys are supposed to be killing it.
Which, in all technicality, it is distracted from what we're trying to do, which is grounding.
No, right now it's distracted from Unok. So Unok needs to get the attention back, right? So that's what you know the plan is right now. So in terms of what you can do to help Unok,
yes.
Unok's job
I was
is to
trying to make it role play. I was trying to role play Ro turning it to and being like, how do we fix it?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is nothing's gone wrong yet. And you would know that because, like I said, yes, if this was supposed to be a distraction, you're right. Things have gone wrong, yada, yada, yada. I'm just correcting the mindset here because nothing's gone wrong. This is all still to plan. We just need to wait for Unok to draw attention, which is Unok's job, not Alizaro's.
Alrighty.
And if Alizaro draws attention, then it's taking away from Unok's plan of...
Yes.
Right, so you need to focus on your side of the plan, which is, if you recall, doing the attacking alongside Ray and the others. And in the event it takes to the air, you are also the air support as well.
Alright, so...
Which it has not. It is currently on the ground.
It is still grounded. Let me... Nope, that's zoom in. It's still on the ground. It's still 15 feet up.
Yes, because basically all it did was reach down and destroy the fountain beneath it, and then pollute it with something.
All right, in that case, she's...
While I'm buying you a little bit of time to have a think about
Yes,
it,
please.
welcome in Odd Bandicoot. You don't never apologize for being late, my dude. Allow me to very quickly recap what is happening. Our heroes are finally confronting the Black Dragon and the Grey Maiden captain, who they were intending to fight because the Grey Maiden captain captured and is doing something to Agnes's daughter, sequestered away in the castle. They are currently fighting to defeat the dragon, defeat the knight, and find out where her daughter is being held. Right now, the dragon has torn apart this fountain and polluted it with this brackish kind of liquid that is just foul-smelling and just smells and feels like decay. The group's current plan is to have Unok kind of hold its attention while they beat the ever-living snot out of it. A couple of spells have gone off, including Holly's Aura of Entropy and some lightning from Dante. Agnes is moving into a better position up to the north, while Ray is sort of circling and getting ready to fly across and lend some aid, and it is currently Alizaro's turn before we finally get back to Unok, who is holding the attention and distracting it. But yeah, welcome in, dude. Always happy to see you. All right. Ro, have we decided what we want to do?
All right. I'm not very confident that this is going to work, but yes, I have made a decision. I would like to use, I would like to fly my 25 foot straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And can I get a quick reminder of how to measure range?
Hold both
Like distance.
hold both mouse buttons down and then just drag it across.
All right, thank you. Oh, perfect. All right, so again, not very confident that this is going to work. She's going to actually, once she's in the air, she's going to use one action to draw her hand crossbow and one action to try to shoot the Grey Maiden.
All right, make your attack.
Yeah, can I hero point that, please?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Unfortunate.
Oof.
20.
Nope.
All right.
Nat 20.
You do have a nat
Nope.
20, but he's not using it on that one. All right. As your crossbow flies outwards, unfortunately, a critical miss occurs. Give me a number between 1 to 5. Sorry? What was the number?
3.
3. 1, 2, 3. Range. Don't hit me. Until the end of your next turn, each time you miss with a ranged attack targeting an enemy, you will fire and hit one of your allies automatically.
Hey, I've had that one in Rain of Winter. That's how Kite died one time.
Game. And this game, as a matter of fact.
There you go. All right.
We met.
Okay. Unfortunate, but you have now locked in on your allies for some reason. Okay. Which brings us to Unok.
Well, Unok's gonna slowly approach. Right to about there. Am I considered in the water right there? Because it looks
Negative,
like
you
I'm
are
right
not.
outside. Okay. Am I within range? Damn it. Really? I thought I moved just far enough. Well, I don't want to waste the second move action, so I guess Unok's gonna let out his very angry, rage-filled cry as he just hucks his spear at the dragon.
All right. Spear in hand, you throw that spear and it goes wide.
Well, luckily it's got the returning property, so it's gonna immediately return, and he's just gonna using the momentum from like how he swung it. So like when he swung and let go, he was still going. He's gonna keep turning. As soon as the spear returns, he's gonna just immediately chuck it back. Hopefully that'll... Jesus!
The dragon, with its slippery and lithe form, manages to evade the two spears.
Shit. Well, that's all I can do.
All right. Well, unfortunately,
That's all 3 actions.
that is, and the dragon now gets its turn. Now, when it starts in its in the area, I believe that's when your ability triggers, right, Cass? Right, Holly?
Yes, he needs to make a save, and I will do that real quick.
Thank you. Okay.
That's annoying. Does he take negative damage?
It seems like he does.
That's not Holly asking. That's the player asking. Because if he does
That
not
is-
take negative,
It'll be on his.
immediately
It'll already be on his thing. As in, if you drop the.
Unark has given everybody the necessary information of not to use any like acid spells. I think was like...
Yeah.
It's
Generally speaking,
acid,
dragons are immune to
paralysis, and sleep.
paralysis and sleep. Black dragons in particular are immune to acid. All right, that is
Okay.
16 points of damage. Okay, and with that, it is mad. You watch as it draws in the brackish water.
How big is that cone?
100 foot.
100-foot cone?
That's not a good cone. I don't
That-
care for.
Not surprising. I feel bad for Agnes because they're still gonna get hit without having to be there.
Actually,
yeah, but Ronald's
actually-
behind a building.
Yeah,
so it's like unless it
Ronald's
demolishes the building. It's
yeah. I mean, it might demolish the
Okay.
building. It'll entirely depend on the damage, but it might demolish the building. You don't know. If it does, then I do another save for like half of half. Anyway, so as it breathes in the brackish water, you watch as just this like dripping comes from its lips, and then just this massive spray of acid erupts outwards over all of you. Can I get everyone to make me a reflex save, please? With the
I know
exception
you-
of Agnes and Ronald.
I know you can't see it, but I'm raising my hand. Can I hero point to use my own dragon breath weapon to help counteract his breath weapon effects, like a dragon breath v dragon breath clash?
Oof. How much damage does your dragon breath do?
Not as much as his, but it is 12d6.
All right, I'll tell you what. Use the hero point. Automatically fail, not critically fail, but automatically fail yours. You will get to roll 12d6. The difference will be taken away from everyone except... No, the difference will be taken away from you and Holly. Oh, sorry, you and Alazara. Because they're the only people who... Well, like your breath weapon's a cone as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're breathing back in its direction, right? What's your range?
30 foot.
30 foot. Okay. So if you're breathing in that, oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, okay. I'll apply for everyone. So you can roll your, you will fail, but you will roll
Yes.
your d6, and then you can remove that from your from the damage, at the cost of a hero point.
Yes, that is perfectly fine with me.
Okay. It will, however, take up an action in your next turn as well, though.
Very fair.
Okay, so there we go. All right, so reflex saves. So let me just go through this real quick. Holly, you have critically failed.
I would like to re-roll that with a hero point.
Give me a moment on that because I might steal your ability to do so. Let me just check the DCs real quick. Wow, okay, yep. So, Dante, you have also critically failed.
I'd also like to use a hero point.
Alizaro, yeah, give me a moment on that. Alizaro, you have failed. Ray, you have critically failed. I need...
I would like a hero point as well.
Okay. And then Agnes is fine. Okay. And there's a failure, non-critical failure from Unok. Okay, so just for my own peace of mind, because this is going to go badly for some of you, how many hit points does Holly have?
160.
How many hit points does Dante have?
152.
And how many hit points does Ray have?
206.
Okay, Ray and Holly, I am going to be using my Jinx points to counter your rerolls. However, Dante, you may still use yours free and clear. That did not help you.
No, it didn't. It's higher, though.
It is higher, but still a critical fail, unfortunately. All right, as the Jinx points come into play, boom, boom. All right. Now, keeping in mind, you are still going to have some stuff reduced because of the breath weapon. So, Unok, please make me your roll, please. All right, that is 35 damage. What type of damage is it? It is...
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning, okay, very well.
So Unok's just spitting up a bunch of rocks.
All right, and that is 67 damage. So 60 damage, so that is 32 damage in total. So, going through, we have Agnes taking no damage. Holly taking double damage, which is 64 acid damage. And I believe your concentration spell ends when you take damage.
It's not a concentration spell.
You need to maintain concentration on it. It's a concentration spell. Dante, you also take 64 damage. Ray, you take 64 damage. Alizaro, I believe you just failed, so you take 32 damage. And Unok, you failed, so you will take 32 damage as well.
Yep.
You know what? I will get you to make the reflex save just in case you critically fumble as well. Let's try that one.
All right.
I feel like that's fair.
Don't forget that Dante and I each have 10 HP.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yep, not a problem. I'll leave the temp HP there because when I automatically roll the damage later, it'll still count for it.
And then we also have the 15 acid resist.
Oh, right,
Yes,
the
that
15 acid resist. Sorry, I should probably apply that too. Oh, man, I should have done that in advance. I completely forgot. Okay, hold on. So minus 15 is 49 damage. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, we are now... that was the dragon's first turn. Well, first and second. 15, so
I should be getting 17 wounds with the...
Yep, correct. Well, technically 3 with the resist, but you know, you get what it's at. All right. So, that is the dragon's breath weapon.
Yeah.
All right. Leaving one action remaining. It is going to move to... because you shot it, didn't do anything. You've cast the fly. You've thrown arrows, haven't done anything. Dante, you are the point of interest, as he will fly over to you. And that is all he does in his round. The dragon approaches one of our spellcasters, as we then go to Agnes. I mean, all in all, for 17d6, you guys, like, took fuck all from that. Good job. Especially for 3 crit fumbles. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't count. It's fine. Carry
on. Did you say before that it had sucked up all the water?
No, it just drank some before it spewed it out. Oh, which also reminds me... Uh-oh, okay. It has a 1-round recharge.
Oh,
It was
no.
spread out over like, it's not very deep, is it? It's just like a thin puddle. Would you say there's more than 16 gallons?
Yeah. Not after he drank some. But, you know, like, it's still pouring out of this place, so a round or 2 later, it'll have about 16 gallons. What's in your mind?
Okay, because it keeps moving away from us. I need to get within 30 feet to web this thing particularly. But, okay, and the woman's still watching with, I don't know if I ready action. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to attempt this, and it may or may not work. Agnes is going to move on. She's going to take a wooden spoon out of her bag. Ta! And she's going to stir the water.
All right.
She's
As
going to
you
cast purify.
as you draw the wooden spoon, a crossbow bolt flies in your direction. I'm gonna burn my nat 20.
Ow!
As you draw the wooden spoon and get ready to stir, just this arrow flies out, hits you super hard, electrocutes you, and knocks the spoon away as the crit effect. Basically disarms you.
Crit effect? There was no crit. What?
Oh yeah, use my nat 20.
Where?
All right, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that is 49 points of damage. And could you roll me a d8? I'll roll me a d6. That's a 4, so that is 1, 2. Okay. Your spoon is over here. Oh no. Stop that. Yeah. There we go. Your spoon is over there. All right, that is what happens as you go on to draw your thing. She's like just keeping an eye on you because you're the one who's sort of sneaking around the back. The dragon is definitely. Actually, you know what? You can probably tell this. The dragon does not seem to be listening to Sabina. The dragon is just running around doing its thing, and she's backing it up. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, no sooner than this happens, you hear a voice. Agnes! Coming from over by the spoon. As you turn.
Sure it didn't talk.
No. As you turn, what you see is Thomas. Who runs out, grabs the spoon, and throws it at you.
Oh, you beautiful boy.
He says, I wanted to help. Sabina locks eyes with Thomas. Let's see.
My great help. You should probably run away now.
There he is, little Thomas. All right. So you take one action to catch it. So you've tried to stir it, you've moved, and now you've caught it again. But that is your entire turn there. Thomas is now serving as our witness to history.
Oh.
See what I did? Ha! I knew I had plans. All right, but after Agnes is Sabina, who takes out the who takes aim with the heavy crossbow, points it at Agnes, but then moves it and aims at Thomas. He fires. She lands a critical hit. Thomas takes 55 points of damage. As the bolt finds purchase, Thomas is flat-footed. Unable to dodge, he is pinned as one of his legs is nailed to the ground. He shouts in pain as a second bullet flies out from Sabina's crossbow, also landing a critical hit. And with that, Thomas hits the ground hard. Ah, and he would have dropped the spoon if that was the case. Yeah, he's stunned. It's fine. So Thomas hits the ground hard as the second bullet flies and finds him. In hindsight, he should have stayed hidden. Bad idea to come help out. The final action. She aims back at Agnes. Agnes, you see Thomas go down, basically pinned to the ground and then hit, effectively nailed into the spot. As you hear that sound from the crossbow firing at you, you quickly move and dodge out of the way. You look at her. First she took your daughter, and now she may very well have just taken the life of your future son-in-law. This woman is single-handedly destroying your family. All right. Holly, you're up next.
Okay. First, Holly is going to move more to the side because this is getting scary. So she's going to move back over to this building. And now Holly is going to cast Necrotize on Sabina because Holly loves Agnes, and that's some nonsense going on right there.
It's true. It's very true. All right. Is there a save?
There is a save. We're dropping it on her now.
Okay, here we go. Critical success.
Yeah.
As you cast your spell, as it sort of like tries to like sort of really dig deep and get inside of her, she manages to just resist the necrotization. Pushing forward, her body and her constitution, honed as a soldier, manages to overcome the necrotizing effects.
And I forgot to click buttons. I'm going to click them real quick.
Nice.
That's my turn.
All right. Holly, you are now being looked at by Sabina as well. She, unlike the dragon who is just kind of reacting to whoever hits him, she's like realizing like who's in charge of what. She knows Agnes is like up to something, so that was why she was aiming at him. She saw like Thomas come out and offer some support, so he's stopping that support coming from Thomas first. Now he sees you, sees your spell casting. She's kind of like weighing up between you and Agnes. Hey, look who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for none other than our dear friend, Immersion Diversion, aka Neil. Thank you for bringing your community here and for hanging out here, my dear friend. How are you? I hope your stream was good. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had fun. You lovely, sweet, and incredible being you. If you have not checked out Immersion Diversion, go check out their channel. Go check out all the cool stuff and fun things they do. Fun times. Dante, it is your turn, and you are staring down the business end of a dragon's jaw. What do you do?
Well, one thing would be self-preservation of running away, but at the same time, I could potentially go down on the next hit because I wouldn't be able to get far. So we are, because it could go horribly wrong depending on what I do. It can't hit me if I walk away. Let's see, what does all this do again? That is hold on. I need to see what a condition does. Okay. Might have to burn this at 20. I'm going to use Tanglefoot on it.
Okay.
Would like to use the nat 20.
Nat 20 on your entangle. Okay. A critical success as you throw out the bag of vines and sticky sap that managed to immobilize the creature as you've landed the crit. All right. That is your first action.
That is my 2 actions, and now I'm going to try and get away.
All right. As you move away, attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I figured as much.
From Sabina Marin. Let me just check something.
I was about to say, would she be able to from all the way up there?
I just need to find out if reactive strikes can. I want to know if reactive strikes can be.
Used with range.
Oh, oh yeah, no, it can. Oh no! If you're using a melee, okay, no. So no, because she's armed with a crossbow, she can't at present. So as you move away, you manage to get away from the dragon, who is now entangled by your vines and your sap and all of that sort of stuff. So the dragon just sort of, as it's trying to rip and pull out. Sabina is having a hard time. So the knight on her back is just like sort of like, calm down, keep it together. While the creature
out
is.
of it.
Yeah, just enraged and stuff. Now, real quick, also, a big, warm, and hearty welcome to Dork Tales. Thank you so much for coming and tuning in, my friends, with your team of 27 people. Wonderful to see you. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Ozzy Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. Playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Our group is currently fighting a knight who is riding the back of a black dragon. The group is trying to defeat the knight because the knight stole Agnes's daughter and is trying to convert her into the Order of Grey Maidens. A whole bunch of other stuff is happening, but battle is ensuing. We aren't here for long for today because we are towards the end of our stream, but if you are from Dork Tales, then I know for a fact you are in good company, and have great taste. So yeah, stick around, have fun. If you like what you see, give us a follow and check out all the other cool stuff. Now, Dante, after entangling and moving back, you do have one more action.
Oh, that would be 3 actions, because it's 2 actions, Tanglefoot.
Ah, okay, right. Yep. Okay, not a problem. We then go to our worshiper of Milani, Ray, our champion. What do you do?
First, I unmute.
Good call. Yep.
Yep. I also have one of the tangle bombs in my bag of holding.
Yep. I mean, look, entangling something that's entangled is more redundant than it does in force.
Understood, but I was wondering whether it would include Ms. Marin.
If the dragon is entangled and immobilized, while she is using it as a mount, you can presume that. If she decides to dismount and go after you guys on foot, then, she would be free to do so.
Okay, thank
I will
you.
probably give you the extra hint that the entangle spell is probably not going to hold a dragon's strength well or for that long.
Right. So I'm going to use my 40-foot fly speed. Right on. Essentially over top of him.
You can put it on top of him and it'll go over the top.
Nope. Went underneath.
Ray's just under the belly of the beast.
Essentially what I want to do. Is there a way of... I don't think I can raise it.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And I am going to swing at Sabina.
All right. Taking out your weapon, you take a hefty swing, trying to clean Sabina up.
That I am.
Oh, and a solid hit as you hear that very satisfying clang of her of your weapon against her armor.
Yeah. $25 damage. I can live with that. And for my final action, I am going to raise my shield.
All right. You put up your shield, ready to defend and hold your own. Very nice. Okay. Alizaro, as you are flying just off the ground at 25 feet, looking out over the ensuing battle, what is your course of action, my friend?
First, I have a quick question. To switch from my crossbow to my rapier, is that one action or two?
One. A move action.
Okay. So I would like to use one action to do that, to switch from my crossbow to having my rapier in hand. Then I will, it'll let me move my token, skedaddle my 25 feet to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's making me go under the token too. So that I am in melee range with my rapier. And then for my final action...
So to be clear, this is melee range.
Okay.
This is inside the creature square.
Okay, I would like to just use my 25 feet to be in melee range then.
Very well.
It's because of the creature square, it's hard for me to gauge where melee range is.
No, that's fine.
And I would like to hit Sabina. Let me zoom in to make sure I actually hit her and not hit the dragon on accident.
If you want to, you can drop it onto her in the combat tracker.
Alrighty. And this is my first and only attack action to hit Sabina with my greater striking rapier. Go! Alright.
Alright, a solid hit.
Yeah.
All right. As she takes blow after blow from both you and Ray. Nice. Well done. So, move, draw your rapier, and attack.
Yep.
All right. Done and done as we now return to Unok.
Dragon's within melee distance now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then... with my first action, because I only have two, with the first action, I'm just gonna swing.
Nice!
Fuck yeah.
As you swing your spear, not thrust your spear?
Is it a free action or an action to use my Blood Vendetta ability that you gave me? It was when a creature has drawn your blood during combat, your next attack deals 1 extra die of damage.
That's something you'd have to use as a reaction when the attack occurs.
Okay. Alrighty. However, I do know something that I can use. It is an item of mine called the Dragon Tooth Trophy. Its activation is triggered when I succeed a strike with the affixed weapon, which is my spear.
Mm-hmm.
When I activate the trophy, my weapon is momentarily transformed into a magical construct of Draconic Fury. On the strike and until the end of my next turn, my spear will now do electricity damage because I chose a blue dragon's tooth.
Nice. Love that. Okay. The blue dragon's tooth glows with energy as you stab with your spear. Lightning then begins to course through your weapon. Deal your damage, sir. For 17 points of damage, the dragon remembers why he was focused on you.
That did not add my rage damage.
What's the extra from the rage damage?
I'm trying to grab it. It should be 8 bludgeoning.
Okay, that's all right. I will add that there. Done. Okay. So, stabbed with your spear with the first attack.
And then I might as well swing with the second one. Just to really... I'm gonna hero point that.
All right, let's hero point it.
Yeah.
Nice, a second solid hit.
Alright, and then I'll just automatically adjust that right there to blam.
All right, 25 points to the dragon. Your second hit manages to get into its side, piercing its blackened scales.
Oh yeah. And as Unok's spear hits for the second time, he goes, "Come on, big boy, I'm your foe."
Ooh, all right. The dragon will rise to the occasion.
And he will shout that in Draconic, just to extra insult its pride.
Fair. All right. Draconic Frenzy.
Can I take that back?
No. So, to begin, it is going to use its first claw against you.
Oof.
As the claw slashes at you, you take 24 damage. Part of it is absorbed by your temporary hit points. A second claw comes down at you hard with a critical hit. For 55 damage, give us a number between 1 to 5.
3.
1, 2, 3. Triple damage as it as it claw cuts clean through your shoulder. For an extra 21 damage. Third attack is with its horns, which also lands as it stabs you, running you through with its horns. Wow, for max damage. Of course it is. Leaving its last action, because that was 2 actions to do that, as it opens its jaw to eat you. At least it wasn't a crit.
Wait, wouldn't that be an attack? Wait, oh, it is on the multi-attack. Okay, I was like, what?
So the first 3 don't count as multi-attack. They all count as one. The highest.
Yeah.
The second one does. Yeah.
So it didn't do the thing, but it hasn't been doing it for a while. It's not taking my 6 piercing resistance.
Let's have a look here.
And it take the acid either.
Yeah.
Huh, weird.
It hasn't been doing that the entire campaign since Unok started, but I haven't made a deal about it because like nothing was doing this much damage until now.
Oh, okay.
Like they were
I think I know what it is. Yeah, I think I know what it is. I'll fix it in the in-between. Just remind me to. In the meantime, sorry, it was 6 piercing resist, did you say?
Yeah, I have 6 piercing and 6 bludgeoning. I have
Okay, so that
only
won't
6
help you
piercing
against the
from it.
fangs because they're piercing slashing. They count as both.
Yeah, give me 1 second. My boss is calling.
Yep, no worries. We'll carry on and carry on, but the 15 acid resist will affect the teeth because it has
Which would
2d6
just
2d6 acid, so that's 11. So yeah, just I'll heal 11. That's fine.
yeah.
All right. Easy done. Okay. As the dragon attacks Unok, ripping him and pulling him apart, he is not happy about the situation with the spear. As Agnes, we then go to you. The dragon just below you to the south. Meanwhile, your friend Thomas lays injured, bleeding out with crossbow bolts through his body. What do you do?
Bit damaged, but several of my friends are also. Okay.
Don't worry about it. I can take care of Udok.
I was more thinking about the dragon and the woman than.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is Ray in melee? I know he's flying, but is he in melee range? Oh fuck. Okay.
Yes, because I smacked her with the Morningstar.
Yes, she is in melee range with these guys.
Okay.
I apologize for
I
that.
really want to smack that dragon, but that's not what Agnes would do. Yeah, so is he still alive, Thomas?
You don't know, not from here.
Don't forget you have inspiration, Agnes.
Yeah, well, that still doesn't allow us to do 2 things.
Your hero point could.
It's true.
True. I mean, could a hero point give us an extra action? Then I would have to cast 2 spells in 1 turn.
You can.
That's what I'd like to do.
Okay.
I would like to attempt to, yes, have an extra action so I can cast 2 spells. And if Thomas is dead, well, the spell just won't take and it's fine. But
Sure.
she's going to have to try anyway, to be fair.
I like it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So she's going to cast a 2nd level Soothe, because he was within 30 feet. Have I into a little thing? Yes. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna cast a second level soothe on it.
Blood
Where's it going this
splurts
time?
out the wound, and you hear a gasping breath for a moment.
Okay, that's enough for her. Next, I'm going to turn my attention to the dragon. Now, this specifically says assail the minds of foes, specifically, so it's not going to get my friends. So I'm going to amp this cantrip to make it a 60-foot cone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I shut a mind. So basically they need to make a basic will save. Both of them, the dragon and the lead.
All right. Can you drop the will save on them?
I can.
Let's do it.
Ah. Is that it? Wow.
The dragon gets a critical success. And Sabina? Half damage.
Okay, so because I amped it as well, they changed to D10s. Okay, 2 seconds.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, dice. D10. Hang on a second, that didn't work. That went at 10, 10 D10. Should be 7 D10. Hang on. Okay, try that again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aha, there we go.
All right, 42 down to 21 damage as you blast Shatter Mind on Sabina. She holds her helmet in agony. As she does so, she drops her crossbow. In that moment, surrounded, in danger, she looks to the dragon, who is not listening at all, not heeding her command. She draws forth her tower shield and her sword. She raises her shield as one action. And with her sword, she drives it towards Ray.
The music changed just as you said that. Jesus.
As her blade sweeps out towards you, Ray, you feel like something's wrong. Now I'm going to give you a choice here. You can embrace what is about to happen, or you can make a reflex save to dodge out of the way. What do you do? Do you hold your ground or run?
I am going to hold my ground, but I'm probably going to use my shield block.
Not a problem. Okay. So, Ray, you take 21 damage as the blade hits you. But as it does, something strange happens. An electrical charge hits your shield, and just you feel this electrical wave just rushing into your actual shield itself. You're not sure what it did, but you feel like something is quite dangerous. Are you wearing metal on you by any chance?
What kind of armor do I have? I'm pretty sure I have metal on me.
Ah, very well. In which
The
case,
shield arc metal.
I do have a resilient. I have a breastplate, so yeah, that's metal.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, so it'll definitely be running through your body, not just the shield. Okay. As this happens, she is preparing for something. The dragon and her are on different ends, different plans, different mentalities. As Thomas pulls himself from his injuries.
Oh, so one thing, I took damage on that, didn't I?
You took damage, yes.
Did it? So my shield block.
Oh, you're gonna use shield block? Yeah, you can reduce.
Yes.
How much damage are you gonna reduce it by?
Well, it's up to the shield's hard.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is this shield? I'm trying to. Sorry, I forgot.
Probably not a whole lot.
Oh, yeah, it's only 10. And of course, the shield will take the damage. Well, me and the shield each take any remaining damage, possibly breaking or destroying the shield. Shield's hit points are 80. I will take.
It's actually not bad for shield because then that means you can do it multiple times.
Yeah, I will block. I'll take all 10 of them off.
All right, cool. So that is 10 damage that is taken off. Which you can, hold on, I'll do it for you. Let's see where, there you go. All right. Coolios, as you've managed to block it. Now at this point, Sabina speaks to you. You Milani worshippers, you think it is so easy just to raise your blade and suddenly throw all of the order and law that has been worked so hard to into chaos. You must be stopped here before it is too late. She realized she's got, while her sentiments say one thing, her rampaging dragon says another. The dragon
Can I respond?
Oh yeah, sure, by all means.
You're the one who doesn't understand what the truth is. The truth is that you are wrong and working for an evil and nasty entity that goes beyond the queen.
You see there's there's a look in her eyes. You can almost tell, like, in a number of different ways, like, it's almost like she knows, but is hesitant to accept it. You know what I mean? Like that kind of look of, you're wrong. But, that kind of thing.
So now, just because, was that enough to trigger the Harrow Inquisitor thing?
You bitch. Fuck off.
You forgot about it, didn't you?
And we're near the end.
As
so
soon
it's
as she
like,
talked to me, it was like
That was pretty clever. All right, let's have a look. Let me read this thing again. Okay, so here we go.
I love Dag's shocked. You bitch.
All right, let's see. Here we go. Okay, so
I might be new, but I'm learning.
All right. Hey, look. Hey, it's a game and you're playing it. Okay, here we go. So the Inquisitor card. This is what you guys drew earlier on, thanks to our donation. Accepts nothing but the truth. The Inquisitor represents immutable reality, which cannot be fooled or swayed in any way. To attempt to go against this unchangeable object, person, or ideal is to court disaster. Okay, so Sabina's choices here are to accept the reality that her queen is under the influence of an evil entity, or to reject the reality and invite disaster. I'm going to leave this to the audience. Audience members, in chat, just leave a 1 or a 2. 1, Sabina comes to accept the reality that the queen is evil. Or 2, she decides the queen is not evil and courts with death. So 1, she accepts the reality that the queen is evil, or 2, she doesn't accept this reality. Write in chat what you would like the outcome to be. We'll give you a few minutes because we're just about to wrap up. All right, we got 1 for she accepts it.
One more question for you.
Yeah.
Did she do a manipulate action? when she drew her, when she put her, like is pulling her shield out considered a manipulate action?
No.
Okay.
All right, I got 4 to
Just trying to
3,
figure out what to
5
look
to
at.
3. Okay, it's not bad. All right, it looks like she is going to accept the reality. All right, final call. A look of recognition washes over her face. As she does so, she takes the sword and she stabs it into the back of the dragon's neck. And we will come back next week to find out the gripping conclusion of our battle between the Black Dragon and our heroes of this adventure. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a true pleasure, as always. If you have joined us for the very first time, welcome in. If you have been a long-time viewer, hey, how's it going? If you are a donator for today's stream, thank you again so much for supporting our channel. We have now hit 55% of our monthly DAG survival check. So thank you everyone for your contributions and for helping us out with this. We will be back on Wednesday for our next adventure, which is of course Reign of Winter. So come and check that out. Then Friday we have the 7 Dooms of Sandpoint. Sunday we have both Pray for Death and Gatewalkers before we're back here on Monday once again for more Curse of the Crimson Throne. In the meantime, however, if you don't know, guys, hey, look, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week, doing cool, fun, and amazing things here, all over the stuff about Pathfinder. Oh, and can we get a link to the Discord, please, as well? So if anyone is interested, hey, please feel free to come hang out on our Discord. If you got questions about Pathfinder 2nd Edition, always a amazing chance to get to, learn a bit more. I feel like that's it. We're going to go raid, actually, today, because we've got a behind-the-scenes of the Adventures of Azarim with Robert Hartley going on right now. So we're going to go just send some love, because I like Rob. He's a cool dude. You playing Pathfinder yet, bruh?
Probably not.
Probably not. All right. So we're going to go raid Robert Hartley. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Stay wonderful. Be kind to each other, because why the fuck not is free. And until we meet again, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.